Everyone wants to appear stylish and attractive, and your hair has an impact on your personality. You might like to try a new haircut every now and then. Many experts, like a barber, a hair color specialist, a hair braiding specialist, or even hair extension specialist, are there just to make you feel better. But what does it take to run a business that deals with hair?
So welcome to Authentic Cuts. My name is Evelyn Shaki Ndirango. We are located on the Astro petrol station on Lenana Road, the Astral with the Java. And I'm a co-founder in the business. It's a family business. So we opened our doors about 7 years ago, towards the end of 2015. So brief history, I can say it started as a baby business. It was all about, you have your machines, the haircuts, where the heads bring the scalps. But it's evolved and grown since then to a lot more. You realize if you have hair, maybe you have a scalp issue, you need to color that hair, you need to style that hair. And even nowadays, not just the ladies, but the men as well are tending to grow their hairs into afro. So you need to think broader. As well, lifestyle, you're not just a walking head, you are a person. So what else what else does that come with? What do you like? What do you need? And how can we serve you? So that's how I can say explains where we are today. So if you are to come here about 2 years ago, the space would not be recognizable. It transformed quite a bit in that time as we grow to match the needs of our customers. My professional background is strategy consulting and marketing. What led me into this business was that there was an opportunity and this was a fit. So we were resident within this space. We had an office here. It was an old bungalow, if you remember the Kilimani houses. So petrol station is up, there's shop spaces. What do? Do you open a hardware? Do you open a butchery? No, we've always loved hair, personally, my mom as well, who we run the shop with, and that's what led to this idea. Startup capital, conventional sources. It's a family business, so family. We were quite fortunate. One of our first clients brought us one of our longest serving barbers. People would come with all sorts of suggestions. Can we do groom's day sessions? Can we do all manner of requests under the sun? So we are happy that people were able to voice up, and once they came into the space, they gave us the feedback of what they liked, what they didn't like, and we're able to flow on from there. So the team evolves. You can find 2 people here, 3, 5, depending on the needs. So we work with quite a large team, but usually on a bookings basis, depending on what you need. In simple terms, it would be to say experience. You've worked before, you've handled a client before. That's important. Then now beyond that, skill is a prerequisite for anyone, but that you're able to fit with the business. As the business grows, you can grow with it, because it is one thing to be referred a client, you should be able to handle that client, retain them. So that's the important thing. So working hours, COVID time was a time of adjustment. Barber shops used to run like more or less 12 hours actually. So currently we are running from 8 to about 7:30 as we try to reestablish back to the old norm. So that's what we have, 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. But outside of that, we are always on standby. Whether you're an early morning client or late client, or even on an odd holiday you're traveling, we are always on standby. So services, I think the easy way to look at it, one may get confused looking at all the tools and implements in the space. There's a massage room behind you, there's hair tools going on behind me as well. So starting point is the scalp hair. What do you do with hair? So styling that hair, coloring that hair, cutting that hair, that is our core business. For the rest of it is now that whatever you find is a common need across many. Maybe someone has an event, they may request for a makeup session. Someone is fatigued, they may request for like a specialized massage. But hair is a core business, and then now if it's to split into two, say hair and grooming. So nails, massage, waxing, facials, and the like. Special events, it depends what you mean. How special is a special event? We've shot adverts here before with some of the advertising agencies in this side of town. We've hosted a groom before his wedding day. He came with like 10 of his best friends. We've hosted a group that was looking to launch a YouTube channel. So I think anything under the sun, if we can do it, we will do it. We've tried. So special events are more than welcome. So special events in the sense of weddings, yes we can, and yes we have. That was a little bit of the way where we started serving the female clientele. You can do the consultation here without disrupting too much of what is happening. Then you go and serve the client on site. So we are able to serve you at home. Price ranges for haircut in simple terms, it's from 500 shillings to 1500 shillings, depending on what you're doing. So that's what I can say. It's your hair type and what you're doing. Because if you want a simple lineup, you can come in and do that. That's cheaper. If you want a full haircut, if you want it with color, that is about 2000 shillings. So it's more so what you're looking to get and how much time it takes. We are able to cater to the full scope of hair types, specializing in African though. And now for the African, you look at it, remember we have the Somali community amongst us. So curly hair as well. We always think about Caucasian hair when you think that cuts are difficult, but curly hair is also quite difficult to cut. Similar to the client behind me, if you cut that hair the wrong way because of the growth pattern, the person can end up looking like they have patches on their head instead of like, you know, the R&B look we always see on the internet, the waves coming out. So hair types, we cater to all, and we specialize. We specialize especially in the Afro hair and the curly hair.
Hi, my name is Chebet Mutai and I am a short-haired girl. I love keeping my hair short because one, I think it looks good, and two, it's easy for me to maintain. So for the last 10 years plus, probably, I've kept my hair short. I love authentic cuts because of several factors. One, just when you walk in, you're just taken back by the beautiful design of the space, the thought process that clearly went into designing this space is remarkable, and as a creative person, that speaks to me a lot. You can also see that the barber himself is looking quite dapper in his apron, beautifully designed, fitting in with the physical aesthetic of the space. So it's easy on the eye. The other really important factor is the skill. Of course, especially for girls, I think the need to really get your short haircut perfect is so important, and I feel that the barbers at Authentic Cuts definitely have the prerequisite skill set to capture what I would like to have captured when I think of cutting my hair. So they're very well skilled, they know their art, and I don't know if you can tell, but this guy is having a good time cutting my hair. You can see he loves his job, so that's important. The customer service, Shaki is a personal friend of mine, and she's just a positive person, energetic. Like, you'll never talk to Shaki and think, oh my God, that was exhausting, or I'm feeling so tired. No, it's actually the opposite. You feel uplifted and encouraged when you speak to Shaki. Even as a customer, she's very attentive to her customers' needs and will go out of her way to make sure that the customer feels good. And that is important. I think at the end of the day, people will do business with people they like more than strangers. And we go where we are appreciated. We want to go to a space where you feel welcomed, you feel valued, and you feel at home. You want to leave the space feeling good about yourself, and that's what you get at Authentic Cuts. You leave feeling good, uplifted, and of course looking good. So right off the top of my head, those are the three main reasons why I come to Authentic Cuts, and I will keep coming to Authentic Cuts.
We'll be right back after this break.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Karibu sana.
Are you ready?
I'm here for the tea, honey. Yes.
Nibembeleze.
Watu wanasemanga nimemkalia, na ni ukweli nimemkalia na matako zangu mbili. Sawa? Hebu wakisha kibiriti.
I don't give a
Neither do I. But usiniita punda ni wewe.
Sonadol Extra imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli kupambana haraka na maumivu ya kichwa, mwili na hata meno. Sonadol Extra, hakika maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Unataka kuendeleza the good times? Basi panda GOtv ikupandishe.
You always know what I want.
Ukilipia subscription ya package ya juu, unapewa upgrade to a higher package free. Panda tukupandishe, upate the best entertainment on TV.
This is the last.
Panda tukupandishe. GOtv, love it.
Usiyakubalie maumivu ya misuli kukatiza ratiba yako. Kaluma Pain Balm ni dawa ya kusugua iliyotengenezwa kutoka kwa miche maalum ili kutuliza maumivu ya misuli. Kaluma Pain Balm. Shhh. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back. Now, trimming your hair actually encourages hair growth. It may sound counterintuitive, but the appearance of broken and split ends not only damages the look and feel of your hair, but it also contributes to the appearance of shorter hair and thinner ends. Some people argue that trimming at a salon or a barber shop isn't a cut, and therefore they shouldn't be charged. What is your take on this?
I'd say it's not a blanket yes or no, but you can wash your car at home. So why do you bring it to that guy on Saturdays? What's the difference? And if you can wash it at home, why then don't you just pay him what you want to pay him? So it's a professional's job, is what I can say. We maintain high levels of hygiene because my mother and I are both extra. Without, like, that I can say without flinching. The towels are as white as day one. These are towels from day one. And in terms of cleaning, we have standard operating procedures and regulars that we do every day and every week. So just to make sure the space is up to date. And if it so requires repainting, renovating, and the like. Of hygiene in this industry, you realize you're dealing with cutting tools. So the standard of hygiene is actually in the markets that are regulated, like in the West, you need a cosmetology license to be able to do this, because cutting tools, you require hospital grade hygiene. So for that, you need to make sure, for us, what is the disinfectant that you're using? Is it quality? Is it original? Because just because you bought spirit somewhere doesn't mean that you knew you were buying spirit, but is it actually genuine or counterfeit? So knowing what are the tools that you require, or clean disinfectants for each type of tool, and then also how much time you need to process this. So it's usually a function of solutions and contact time. So there's a bit of science behind it, and there's basics that each of the staff members know. Particularly barbers are quite particular about that. You always see them even spraying. They've sprayed these things before, but for purposes of you seeing while you're there, they'll spray before your eyes. Then the final step, the sterilizer, because there's certain tools, if it's something that has ability to cut you, not only do you need to disinfect, but you need to sterilize. you'd like to come in for a haircut, we are always on standby. Come as you are. If you want to book, book. If you want to walk in, walk in. Difficult clients, and say I borrow from the team. They are the ones on the shop floor. Listen, with the mind to solve the problem. Doesn't matter what you feel about it or whether you disagree with what happened or the client's opinion. The key thing is to leave that person satisfied. We're in a stiffly competitive industry. I think the growth of this industry over the past few years, maybe 10 years ago, you'd find along a street there's 1-2 barber shops, but now they're left, right, and center. Brands all over the place. So competition is both a good thing and also it's still a challenge, to be honest. So you always have to keep outdoing yourself. Given whatever you're going through, doesn't matter all the economic climate, challenges from the economic climate itself, but competition persists. If you think that you're tired, your competitor next door is just gearing up. So you need to always be ready to deliver. I'd say Authentic stands out. Authentic as a brand stands out from the attitude it has, the character it has. We are minimalist, but with character. There's something we stand for. So it's something which is not too much going on, but in a way where anyone can identify. You feel welcome coming in, and then now it's up to you to make your opinion of it from that. But we do our best to make sure you enjoy the experience. And having been on both sides of the salon and barbershop side of things as a client, I can tell you that the barbershop experience, ladies, we actually are sold short, I think. From the way the seats are designed to how the barber handles it, it's almost like a showmanship. So there's a lot of an experiential side to it, while now, based on the competition in the industry, in some spaces, people aim to shave as many people as possible. That means you don't have time to focus on the client. So for us, we always make sure we do what we do to be able to give you that time when you're on that seat. If I could go back in time, I would change not the lessons, not the mistakes I've made, but I'd change how I invested my capital, my share of the capital into this. I think they say hindsight is 20/20. So you always can see, and you always look back and can see, I could have saved there. So key takeaway, or what I would have wanted to do with that capital, if I could go back in time, was invest it in a way where it could multiply faster without me having to dig back into my pocket. So I've learned those lessons, and you need to be prudent as a business owner. Sometimes when capital is not there, it teaches you discipline. So if I could go back in time, I'd invest more in a way where the capital could multiply itself faster, because we are thankful to be here. We survived COVID. It is 7 years on, but you're told learn from others' mistakes. You don't need to take 7 years as well if you can take 3, 5, or even shorter. So we are online. Google is the easiest. Just Google search us. It's Authentic Cuts, spelled with a TIQUE at the end, not a TIC, and then cuts with an S and not a Z. So just Google us and you'll find everything you need. Final parting shot, I'd say Karibu Authentic Cuts, Lenana Road, Astral Lenana Road, Kilimani.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Catch us again next week, same time, same place.